Good morning. This gloriously sunny day is my 100th run on Strava. So, maybe not quite my 100th run, but close enough. And by not quite my 100th run, I mean I've probably done slightly more. But it doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is 100 is a really nice round number and the perfect opportunity to talk about I've only got one hand free, but the 9 most important lessons I've taken from the last 100 runs. So I'm going to take you out on today's run and we're going to discuss those as we go around. So let's start off at the top. Number 1. Progress is consistent, but it's not linear. And I've noticed this a lot over the last few months I've been running, is that almost week on week I have been improving and I have been able to see improvements, but the improvements haven't always been linear. Some weeks I feel like I'm almost struggling to maintain, although I am able to go slightly faster and push slightly longer, but it feels like very tiny steps. Other times I feel like I've just come on in leaps and bounds, and over a week or two I feel like I've made massive strides. So while it has been consistent, it's not been linear. Number 2, I have come to realise that structure is important, structuring your training, but it is not the be all and end all. You don't need to be a slave to the training plan. I think the best training plans, especially for beginners like myself, are ones that are just designed to help you build consistency in your training. Because when you're first starting out, you're going to make the biggest gains from consistency. So if a training plan works for you by giving you consistency, then that's excellent. But I found in my own training, you all have seen this if you're watching any of my previous videos, but I tried to do intervals and oh my god, I hated them, and they were on the plan for every week, and I did 2 or 3 weeks worth and I started dreading those days. So I decided, rather than end up associating that feeling of dread with running, I just stopped doing the intervals. And now I'm actually on my way to go and do some hill repeats, because the other day I got the vibe that I really wanted to do some and really enjoyed them. But if I pushed myself through it and forced myself to do it before when I really didn't want to, I don't think I'd be doing it willingly now. So at least when you're first starting off, structure's important, but it's not everything. Number 3. Rest is more important than you think. During my 10k build, I didn't really plan in any real rest sessions. It was just progression, slow progression, but progression week after week after week. And by the time I came to my 10k, by the time I came to the taper, I was ruined. My legs were sore, I was always tired, my whole body ached, I was feeling a bit run down, and then I tapered, and I had a kind of a week and a half, 2 week taper, and I felt wonderful. I felt the best I'd felt in years. It's a bit windy, I apologise, but I felt the best I'd felt in years, because I gave my body a chance to heal, to absorb my training. So this time, I'm building deload weeks I mean, I didn't even know what deload week was last time, but on this training block, every 4th week is a deload week, where I'm just reducing my mileage slightly, giving my body a chance to heal up and adapt. Rest is important. Number 4, fueling and hydration. Honestly, I don't know how I got it so very wrong before, but it's quite obvious now that I'm getting it right. If you see my 10k race video, you will see that I really struggled during that race because I underfueled and I was dehydrated, and I found it really difficult. I spoke about the reasons for that in the last video, so you go back and check that out. But even when I first started, I wasn't eating really before I went out. I was barely drinking before I went out, maybe a couple of swigs of water, and that was me. And the difference that now I do have something to eat before I go, and I do make sure I front load a load of electrolytes before I go out, especially on days like today. The difference it makes is incredible, and I feel so much better during the runs. And this includes in-run fueling as well. As soon as my runs got over kind of 7 or 8k, I'd start feeling really trashed at the end. But now, knock back a quick gel, we're away, I feel on top of the world. Don't sleep on fueling and hydration. Okay, let's do some hill sprints. Number 5, giving myself a minute just to walk and recover from those hills. But number 5 is, no one cares what you look like when you're running. As much as you might think everyone cares, no one does. If other people are running, they're too preoccupied with their own running to care about what you look like. And if people are just going about their day-to-day lives, they're too preoccupied with their day-to-day lives to care what you look like. It took me a while to learn this one, and it wasn't actually until I did the race that I learned it. No one cares, and even if they do care, do you know what? Fuck them. Number 6, comparison really is the thief of joy. Don't fall into the Strava trap of checking everyone's times, everyone's paces, and seeing how much faster they are than you. I did this a lot. Followed a few people I know, started looking at what they were doing. I'm realising they were way faster than me. I'm wondering what the point was. And then I realised they were years into their running journey. So comparing myself to them was a waste of time. And I did spend a few weeks sort of a bit miserable about how slow and short my runs were compared to other people's. And then I realised that it doesn't matter. Running is not all about the times or the distances. It's about getting out and enjoying stuff like this. Glorious mornings with no one about. Peaceful time to myself. And it's amazing. But if I continue to compare myself to everyone, I just feel crap about it all the time. So don't do it. Have Strava. Celebrate your wins. Celebrate other people's wins. But everyone's journey is different. Everyone's in a different place. Don't compare yourself all the time.
Number 7. I made an error before we get to number 7. I sat down to edit this video this morning and then realised I only recorded 6 of my 9 lessons. So I'm here this morning enjoying the sunshine, watering the garden, and we'll get to the last 3. So lesson 7, relevant because of the weather, but it's that the weather doesn't always make a difference. Sometimes I lace up my shoes, it's first thing in the morning, it's grey, it's windy, it's horrible, I don't want to be outside. And then I realise, on that run, what a joy. Some of my favourite runs have been in terrible, terrible weather. So the weather really doesn't make that much of a difference. As long as you've got a reasonably good waterproof, or if it's a really hot day, you've got a hat and you've got plenty of water. We're pretty kitted out here in the UK, so it doesn't really matter what the weather's doing. Just get out and enjoy it anyway. Lesson 8. Shoot for the stars. Goals should scare us. This goal terrifies me. The idea of running the spine is terrifying, but the 10k race terrified me, and I managed to get through that, albeit it was a little rough. And our goals should scare us. We should shoot for the moon, because even if you miss when you shoot for the moon, you still end up in the stars. And that, my friends, is wisdom. And finally, lesson 9. Progress doesn't make itself. It's become my go-to phrase here, so I thought it would be fair to throw it in as a lesson right at the end. Because there are days when you just don't want to go out. There's days where you don't care about running, you don't care about the results because the weather's bad, or because you're not feeling great, or because you had a few too many beers the night before. There's just times where it's not fun. But those times are really important to go out, because those are the times where you have to grind it out and you have to stack the bricks. And arguably those are the times where you're going to see the biggest benefit. Maybe not physical, but maybe the biggest mental benefit, because you're going to battle through things you didn't think you were able to do on a week-to-week basis by going out on these runs. And that's super important for building strength, mental strength and resilience, as well as the physical strength and resilience you need to run. So I love this phrase anyway. It puts the onus on me. Progress isn't going to make itself. I've got to go and make the progress. It holds me accountable to these goals. And there we have it. The 9 lessons that I have taken away from my first 100 runs on Strava. It's been a blast. I've really enjoyed the running journey so far. I'm becoming a big advocate for it. If you're considering running and you haven't made it there yet, just give it 100 runs. Just do your couch to 5k, throw a few more in on top, you got 100 runs. And wow, it's been amazing. I hope these lessons have been useful for you too. They've all been great for me. I've learnt a lot. Get out there and run. And remember, progress doesn't make itself.